And I'm looking at a website with some scientific content, but it's on the fringe of science. It calls into question some of the commonly accepted science. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the website is just yet, because it's in that twilight zone where respectable scientists don't go. I put in my numbers, and I push the button, and there it is right before my eyes, a single ground path, circular Earth orbit. I'm stunned that it was actually there. Now I'm thinking, I can't be the first person to notice this. Search. And I'm fine-tuning the orbit. 31-degree inclination, set over a certain point on the Earth. And I find it has a number of really interesting and unusual properties. One, the orbit stays outside of the Van Allen belts, the radiation belts that are out around here around the Earth. And if you're an astronaut, you don't want to hang out in there. You can fly through it, but you don't want to be there. If you're second feature, it's also outside of the Earth's magnetic field all the time. So the magnetic field is inside of you. Third feature, it's always in the sun. It's an orbit that never crosses into the Earth's shadow that's streaming away, even at the... So what do we do with an orbit like this? Well, since we're always in the sun, how about make a superpower satellite where we can collect solar energy and beam it down to a series of sites on the ground below, giving them power, charging them up every 2 days as we come back around. Or maybe we could put up a whole series of mirrors dancing around and we could shine light down onto the Earth into dark places that need more light. Or maybe there's other uses. All right, but what about that website that got this all started? That fringe one that respectable scientists may not want to venture into? Well, it was this. A researcher named Jim Allison noticed that a significant number of ancient sites around the world, some of the oldest, most mysterious structures, all line up on a single circle around the Earth. Let's hop aboard a 2-day orbit satellite and take a tour of all these ancient sites. We start over. But the sites that are on the circle have a lot of things in common. One, they have some of the largest stonework humans have ever done. Huge blocks that we wouldn't realistically try to move today. Two, the style of the stonework is precisely cut. They fit together. You cannot fit a knife blade in between some of these rocks. And then look at Easter Island in specific. The big Moai figures get most of the attention. There's hundreds of them. But there are also walls that appear to be some of the oldest things on Easter Island, made by humans. Researchers suspect, and there is good evidence for, 13,000 years ago, there was a more advanced form of human civilization. How advanced is hard to say. But we know they could do stuff with stone that we really cannot. And then what happened? Suddenly, there was a catastrophe. Something terrible happened. The oceans rose, temperatures dropped, populations were wiped out, cities were abandoned. So what could have happened that could explain all of these things? One of my heroes, Carl Sagan, reminds us that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. To that I would add that extraordinary evidence deserves extraordinary investigation. And I think building the best possible future is doable if we know what happened in our past. So let's do it. Thank you.